Welcome to the Pocatello Business Podcast, the only Pocatello podcast focused on providing profits for Pocatello people. If you love our town and love small business, you are in the right place. We interview local legends, learn business, and have way too much fun doing it. You're listening to the Pocatello Business Podcast with your friend, host, all-around great guy, and owner of New Clean Commercial Cleaning, Spencer Ward.
All right, welcome again, guys, to the Pocatello Business Podcast. We are here with David Pollard. He has been in Pocatello for quite some time. People know his name, they know his family. They're kind of an institution here in Pocatello. He is a graduate of Pocatello High School, and he has been just a huge supporter of Pocatello and local businesses. Very good at talking about marketing materials, and he owns TP Advertising, going on over 60 years of being in business. Correct, Dave?
That's right. My father started our company actually 66 years ago down in Arizona when he was in the military, and he moved to Idaho when I was 3, and we've been in Pocatello ever since 1957.
That's incredible. It's incredible. Well, before we dive too much into this, I need to take a quick sponsorship break, because the Pocatello Business Podcast is sponsored by Dell's Outdoor Advertising. I'm telling you guys, I've told you once, I've probably told you about 20 times by now in these episodes. These guys are who you need to talk to for billboards. They are great for advertising. They've got digital billboards on I-15 heading north. And they've got just stationary billboards throughout the town. If you want to get top of mind of your potential customers, get up on a billboard. You're going to see a return on investment. It's not going to be immediate, but you will. I already have seen a return on my investment from putting in a billboard up for my company, New Clean, and you'll see one also there for Pocatello Business Podcast on the Cheyenne Connector. So call Rob today. I'm telling you, do not wait. Call him at 232-6886. And if you sign up for 3 months on a billboard, he will give you your first month for free or your installation for free. That's huge, guys. So back to you, Dave. So you've been around for, the business of TP Advertising has been around for going over 66 years now. That's incredible that a company has been around for that long. And it's a family business too. So that's great. So Dave, what do you contribute the longevity of TP Advertising to?
Well, I think just the fact that we never give up. My dad's always been focused on providing for his family, and really, I think from the beginning, he always hoped that he could create a family business. And for a long time, we had a couple other brothers that were part of the business, but because of interest, they went the other direction. But at this time, my parents are still alive and working. My dad runs Westwood Discount in the Westwood Mall. He loves retail. He grew up in the retail business with his father, who had a grocery store when he was growing up, and was always kind of in his blood. And so when he had an opportunity to open a retail store, he did that some 30 years ago. So, he's just a hard worker, always had a desire to create something that hopefully his family would want to be a part of. My sister Debbie works with my dad at Westwood Discount. My mother still works with me. She's our financial person at my company. And actually, I have 2 sons that work with me as well. So
that's awesome.
It ended up being something that he's able to notice today, that his family has taken roots in something he created.
Hey, that's incredible. I'm guessing it's always been smooth sailing, never an issue in the company with dealing with family or even any bumps in the road for business-wise, right?
Well, I know you grew up with a family business, so yeah. you know there's some pitfalls, but that's what's nice about working with your family. You can't fire them, and you can't not see them anymore. So you got to work through those problems where in traditional business, you could always quit and just walk away. But
Yep.
in a family business, you can't do that. You got to still, get along. And so you have to work through the problems that you face as a family.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we really do get along rather well. I've heard of other family businesses that, they fall apart because of challenges, and we haven't done that yet. So
That's true. And like you said, you've been around for 66 years. So that, another big thing about small businesses failing is also nepotism. So that it's good that you've been able to be successful, even with family continuing to be in your business.
About our business is all my brothers and sisters have had an opportunity to work in the business, and all of them have, tried a little bit. But in this kind of a business, you have to go out and create your own clients or find your own clients. You got to go out and beat the pavement, as they say. And I enjoy that. I enjoy going out and meeting people for the first time and getting to know them. There's other people that's too scary for them and they can't handle rejection. And so, that's kind of weeded out certain members of our family that aren't interested in this type of business model. And it's worked for us. And I'm just grateful I've been able to enjoy it as much as I have.
Well, that's awesome. For those that don't, or maybe aren't as familiar with TP Advertising, why don't you give them a kind of a rundown of what you guys are doing over there and what you provide for the community?
Yeah, sure. TP Advertising is a promotional products company. We're not an ad agency. We're a promotional products agency. We don't place ads for people on radio or TV or in newspapers or billboards, for instance. We just are strictly promotional. We help print your name and logo on fun promotional items. A few that most people are familiar with are calendars and pens and keychains and hats and jackets and t-shirts and that kind of stuff. But we certainly do a lot more than that. And of course, our type of advertising is more a thank you for your business type advertising, or it's a great leave behind when you're out cold calling customers so that you can leave them something with your name and logo on it, something that's useful that they can use in their home, office, or their car possibly. And hopefully they see these promotional items throughout their day or week, and they may not need your service today, but when they are looking for your product or service, hopefully they'll think of you instead of your competition because they've been using your promotional product that you gave them.
I like it. In our company, I'm a big fan of self-deprecating humor, and I own a company that scrubs toilets. So, for example, with David helped me out with getting some stress balls that are shaped like toilets, and they are a huge hit. Amazingly behind, because people usually don't throw those away because they're just funny to toss around the office. Says something to the effect of next time you flush, give New Clean a call, because again, that's my humor. I like potty humor and I like a little self-deprecating humor, but they're a hit. They're a big hit. So I gotta thank Dave for helping me with that, finding me those.
And we certainly appreciate your business. So thank you.
So Dave, what would be your recommendation when people get like, do you also do like door hangers and stuff that you can print out and stuff like that?
Yeah, I do some of that. I'm not really a print shop, so
sure.
I don't do a lot of that kind of stuff. It's certainly something I can do.
Okay.
And I will help my clients if they're looking for that kind of stuff. Where I don't actually print anything that I sell, I just rep for suppliers that make these kind of products. There's a lot of good print shops around town that do that kind of stuff. Okay. But I am competitive, especially in the larger quantities.
Sure.
But, I do get into that kind of stuff as well. It just kind of depends on your need and how much you're looking for.
Okay. So yeah, it's mostly, hey, I've got one of your pens right here. A little TP advertising. Anyways. Right. But yeah, that's okay. So that's what you're doing. You're mostly the product stuff. So is there some products you've seen in the past that you've done for a good amount of your customers that have seemed to be more productive and more helpful in getting sales, or even getting good responses for thank you for closed business type things?
What I like to do with people is to sit down with them and find out a little bit about their business so that I can kind of tailor make something unique for their business. Like you, for instance, with those stress toilets, that's a perfect thing for you. I wouldn't recommend that for maybe another type of client, but for you, it's perfect. And
Yep.
so finding a unique promotional item is always fun when I can help somebody kind of make their business stand out. But there are certain items that I feel like everybody should have. I feel like everybody should have a pen. Everybody should have a notepad, or like a sticky notepad. I feel like everybody should have maybe some sort of a water bottle or a mug or a cup or something like that. Those are just a few things. I really still love calendars. I know a lot of people think everybody uses their phone to check a calendar, and that's true, and I do too. But I don't. I still know. I still sell a lot of calendars because a calendar ends up in a house or an office, and you may not look at it, but you don't know how many people come through your business or that business that you may give a calendar to, and they see your advertising hanging on the wall. So I feel like even a calendar is a great item, and I really like the little press and stick calendars. Believe it or not, those are the ones that go in your car. That's the number one selling product we have.
Wow.
As far as volume, because people all the time are in their cars, and you can put a little dashboard calendar on your visor or on your dashboard, and they really work.
Cool.
One thing about interesting calendars, people will often think, well, I don't know if I'm getting bang for my buck on that, so they'll stop. They'll say, I'm not going to do calendars this year. Well, if they've been doing a good job getting their calendars out, come January 1st, their customers are calling and say, hey, how come I don't have my calendar? Where's my calendar? Yeah. And all of a sudden they're calling me and saying, hey, I need some calendars really quick. And so, the customers are calling on January saying, hey, where's my calendar? And they said, well, we didn't buy any. They said, well, how come? You always give me a calendar. And it's, anyway, and then they're kind of embarrassed because they quit buying calendars. Then they're calling me saying, hey, how fast can I get calendars? And of course, I can't produce them overnight. It usually takes a couple more weeks. And anyway, so when people tell me they're not going to buy calendars again, I warn them, well, that's fine. I just want to warn you, you're going to have people calling you wanting to know where their calendar is. And so sure enough, they're calling me.
There you go. Well, that's true. I like that. And it's interesting about the stick up calendar. I didn't know that would be a bestseller. That's good to know, though.
It really is.
So, well, cool.
What's nice about that is you can put those in an envelope. It's not going to cost you anything to mail them. So you put them in with invoices or sale flyers, or just they're cheap to send to your customers. That's a good way to get them out. People always like to open up their mail and find something fun inside there. So
I like it. I definitely agree with that too. So, hey, real quick, we got to take one more sponsorship timeout. Pocatello Business Podcast is sponsored also by Pack and Go, the good people over there. The owners of Idaho Fire and Flood Restoration. They also own Pack and Go. Mason Klinger, Brett Jensen, and Darren, and they're great people to deal with, and they are easy to move your stuff. They can move it from one home to another or one commercial building to another. They can store stuff, and it's super easy. They drop the pot off, they pick it up. It's no work on your end. Give Darren a call at 339-2229, and if you sign up for 3 months of storage, they'll give you your first month for free. So Dave, you still with me?
I'm still here.
Okay. Well, towards the end here, I like to ask, a few extra questions. What's one of your favorite restaurants to eat at?
Oh, one of my favorite restaurants is El Heredero.
There you go. That's a hot spot here. I like it. Okay. And what's one of the local businesses you like to spend your money at?
Well, you kind of threw me a curveball there. Because I don't live too far from Fred Meyer. We're obviously big Fred Meyer fans.
Sure.
But I know that's not technically local, but they do a good job over there, Fred Meyer.
Okay. That's fine. That's one we can put on there.
Okay.
Dave, was there anything I didn't ask? And I know we'll probably have you on again later on, but is there anything I didn't ask that I should have in this episode?
I was thinking of something I was going to ask you about. Just that, I just appreciate the opportunity when people. Oh, I know what I was going to ask you
Okay.
is one of the big myths about, because you asked me about that,
Yep.
about my company is that people often think, oh, nobody in town sells that. Well, and so they go to the internet and
Mm-hmm.
they look up something. And obviously I have a ton of competition on the internet. Everybody in business has heard of 4Imprints. That's a
Yep.
huge company. It's just like TP Advertising. They don't really produce anything they sell either. They just rep for the suppliers that we all rep for. And of course they do, they send out, everybody gets their little catalogs 3 or 4 times a year. They're doing a huge thing on TV, late night TV. You see lots of 4Imprint stuff. And anyway, anything 4Imprint can get, I can get.
Okay.
And so I just ask the people to, I kind of do have a little identity crisis because of my name and because my product range is so huge. People have a hard time thinking, oh, Dave Pollard over there, do they sell blankets with our logo on it? Yeah, I do. And but they don't know that, and so they go to the internet, look up blankets. And but here's what I try and tell my customers is, if you can have your name or logo printed on anything, I don't care what it is, there's a really good chance that I can find it. And just give me a chance. If you have to go to the internet, I understand that. But my dad, when he started this company in 1957, his motto was keep more dough in Idaho. He's a huge supporter of Idaho businesses. We've been a member of Buy Idaho since its inception. I don't know if you've ever had somebody from Buy Idaho over on your podcast.
Yeah.
Great company to be a part of. They're headquartered over in Boise, and they promote Idaho businesses. And when that got started, my dad jumped on that. We've been a member of Buy Idaho ever since. It's like a chamber of commerce for the state of Idaho. But anyway, when you buy your promotional products, and anything, not just me, but when we spend our money outside the state, we are supporting the economy of that business in that location. Like 4Imprints, they're out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. When you buy stuff from 4Imprints, you're supporting the economy of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. When you buy from TP Advertising, you're supporting the company, the economy of Pocatello, Idaho.
Right.
And not just me. I mean, I have competition. If you don't buy from me, hopefully you're buying from a company in Idaho. And so we get too used to hopping on the internet and looking up stuff, and not thinking that there's somebody in town that could possibly provide these products or services. And so I just would really encourage everybody, if you can get it printed, give me a shot at finding it for you. I'll be competitive with the internet. Absolutely. I want to save money just like anybody else. And maybe some internet companies got some sort of a special going on, but let me have a chance at trying to meet or beat that price. And if I don't get the chance, then that's too bad, because I hate to see us spend our money out.
Yep. Well, that's the whole purpose of this podcast, man. It's just to continue to drive business in Pocatello and in Idaho, and to support local. So that's exactly what we're trying to do. And so that leads me into our follow-up thing is, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you now if they want to look you up and place orders with you guys?
Yeah. Well, we're in the same location we've been in for those 66 years. 155 Taft Avenue. We're in a residential part of town. We're near the old Westwood Mall, but our building's clearly marked. I have a showroom. I love to invite people to come over and see our showroom, and got lots of ideas over there. Obviously, we have a website, tpadvertising.com. Okay. And so those are all my contact information is on my website. And I would love to visit with anybody about any promotional products needs they may have.
Perfect. Well, thank you, David. Thanks for coming on our show today.
My pleasure.
Yeah. And then all you guys listening, for your promotional products, if you have not shopped locally for those products, and you're thinking, shoot, I better start supporting local, give these guys a call. They're easy to deal with, and they get your stuff to you when you need it. So Thanks for, again, being on the show, and all you guys listening. Appreciate you listening, and we'll see you next episode. Adios.
Congratulations on spending a couple minutes getting just a little bit smarter, having some fun, and supporting the Pocatello business community. If you are feeling the love, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you are.